Hey, it's Tuesday. I don't even have to say what day it is. You know what happens on Tuesday. If you hear a noise in the background, that is our ice machine working overtime in the heat of the building because we don't have anything running. And if you're noticing this, it has been weeks and weeks and weeks into months past when I was supposed to get my hair cut. I was under quarantine because of stuff passing through here. Where I get my hair cut, had it go through. They were under quarantine. Not being able to drive really limits my chances to get over there. So you're just going to have to deal with this for the Tuesday update. The staff did have a conversation today. It's kind of nice just seeing each other, even if it's video-wise. And we recognize that we really like each other and we enjoy spending time together. And so sometimes there's not a whole lot on the agenda, but because we don't get the everyday chance to see each other like we normally do, there's just this connecting thing that happens when we get together. Darlene, who's got a real job, not that we don't, popped in for the first minute mask. She's at her school just to say hey. So it was kind of good to see everybody. So just a couple things before we move on. First one is we're talking about what the future looks like. You know that there's no Fall Fest. Our fundraiser with Clearview isn't going to happen, but we're still talking about Halloween. We don't know what to do. We need to limit contact, and it probably will just be with our own people. But we're still trying to figure out if there's a way that we can still be church, because it's important. You're important to us, and we want to be your church for you. We did talk about Christmas. We've traditionally done the Giving House, where you come pick up gifts for kids and purchase them. We are working on a very COVID Christmas. You laugh. We still want to do something along those lines, and we're trying to figure out how that would work. We've still got a little ways to go, but you'll hear about that next month. So stay tuned for that information. Here's where a bulk of the conversation happened. We're coming to the belief that Sunday morning, an hour and 10-minute time of gathering for worship is not going to be the connecting place for our people and to reach other people. Conversations with a lot of other churches in the area, they're expressing the same frustration as they've hit the limit of the number of people that are attending, but they realize that a lying low, slow rollback to some hopeful resemblance of normal isn't going to be what's going to happen. And we've been constantly frustrated because we thought we could do that, and we realize that that's a fool's errand. And so we are really kind of stretching what it looks like to be church, because we know that the command in scriptures is not to attend a corporate worship service for an hour once a week. And it wasn't, the command wasn't to grow a church. The command was to make disciples. That's basically what all of this is supposed to be about. So we're saying, okay, what does that look like? Considering the situation that we're in and everything that's going on, what does it look like to make disciples? So two things real quickly, and then I'll wrap it up. The first one is we're looking at what it looks like to do this in groups rather than a Sunday morning worship experience. Now, we will still always provide fresh new material on Sunday morning for either a virtual, if you want to attend distance, or at some point, hopefully back in person experience. So that's still going to be available, but we realize that for a connection, we're going to have to do something else. So the staff has been talking about this for the past couple of weeks. The elders will meet next Tuesday. We'll add some more flesh to those bones then. But we realize that it's really easy to kind of slip into isolation. We get used to not having to go out. We get used to not being in connection with other people. And I don't think we're realizing what's happening to us, that it's becoming a habit. Not that we're in the habit of not going to church. I don't think going to church was the habit that we wanted to promote. It's the habit of intentional, deliberate, spiritual growth. And we thought it was going to happen in there, and we realize that it's got to happen a different way. So we're looking at creating cohorts or huddles or whatever you want to call them, little groups where that happens that can expand and grow, and that's where this discipleship making process will happen And so that's where our emphasis is going to go. So the second thing is in October, we're going to do a series called What Now? And when I look back at my January message, it was looking at the future with 2020 eyes, and we were hopeful and we were optimistic. Little did we know that we would be where we are today. And so the October series will be, okay, all of this has happened, all of this is happening now what? Like, what does it look like in the future? And each Sunday we'll deal with a specific element of looking back, not necessarily to reminisce or to kind of wallow in what was, but to say what things happened that maybe we didn't pay attention to or didn't reflect on that can kind of help us with our future. So the purpose of this will say, this is where we are now, what's happened in the past as we move into this future. So it'll really be a visioning series that's based on doing a really in-depth assessment of where we are now. The staff has been assigned the responsibility, if you want to use it, of looking over those series and go, okay, what are specific things that we can do in conjunction with each one of these topics that can help us blaze a trail into the future. And we're going to open up to you also that there will be opportunities during this series for you to give us some insight of what the new future would look like, not how to rebuild the old or retool the old. This is a really new day and age, and we've got to adapt to it. So we think groups are kind of where it's going to happen, and this series will hopefully help us flesh it out, get some input, get our thoughts together, and really paint a compelling future for NCC. So this is really important stuff. If you're a part of our community, man, we need you. We'd love to have your input. If you're just kind of like casually watching us or started participating in the Sunday morning, even if you are not in LaGrange or Troup County, you are a part of this church. And you can participate in groups in the life of this church, even if you are not physically here. So that's where we are. This Sunday, we're still in our relationship series. We're going to talk about conflict. It will be virtual only, no in person. We're still kind of dealing with a lot of things behind the scenes. Continue to pray for your staff. And it'll be new material, so it won't be a repeat. But we just want to let you know about the Sunday. So I raced through that. I talked really fast. That is the Tuesday update. It's raining. It's going to do that for the next several days as Sally passes over. So stay safe, stay dry, and we will see you online Sunday. So